Hey, 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 queens. What's up, girls? My beautiful, lovely ladies. I'm so happy to be back here again another week. I'm your crazy, kind of sexy, kind of cool host, J. Marie, and you are watching and listening to Girl Talk with J. Marie. And y'all trust me, because it's Girl Talk. A wise man is going to want to listen. I know this. So, anyways, let me just get straight into this because I have an incredible episode today with one of the best people in the whole wide world. And that is my sissy, my best friend. Welcome to the show, my guest co-host for today, Brittney Swan. Everybody, clap it up for my boo.
Everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited because, again, you guys, this is my birthday month. Hello, 722 is right around the corner. So this month, I only want to bring people on that I adore in some form or fashion. And I want you to meet my close people. So this episode is special because it is entitled, what about your friends? How to make a friendship last a lifetime. Now, granted, hopefully, sissy, we got more time. We still, we getting there. But this is one of my best friends, and I want her to be here today. So we're gonna get straight into our words, sissy. You already know I don't play with Jesus. So the first thing we do is give glory to God. Everyone's. Grab your Bibles and touch your neighbor. No, don't touch your neighbor with COVID-19. Okay. Anyways, moving along. We are going to shout out the prayer ministry. Make sure you follow it. Prayer on the spot. Get your daily word, your daily prayer. And this word is going to be something that you can use when it comes to your friendships. Sissy, I think you already have, but this scripture comes from the book of Proverbs. I promise that's our favorite book. Oh my God, we stay in Proverbs on this show. Anyways, Proverbs 18 and 24, sissy. Girls, it says, some friendships do not last, but some friends are more loyal than brothers. I'm going to bring that back one time because y'all didn't hear what I said.
Okay.
Proverbs 18:24 says some friendships do not last, but some friends are more loyal than brothers. And in our case, we'll say sisters, or we could say whatever, because what the word is trying to tell us, you didn't have to have the same bloodline. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
You don't have to have the same bloodline to have a friend that is as close as your own brother or sister could be. And that is a special woman that I have on this side of the TV or screen or whatever, because this is weird that we're still doing quarantine videos. But the reason you're here, sissy, is because I believe that you're so much closer than even blood could be. And I just adore you. So I want them to get to know you. I want them to get to know you a lot. So that being said, we're going to start off with this thing called Quick Three with J. Marie. Okay, cool. Because I want them to figure out in this segment here a little bit more about you, how intimate you can be and loving and sweet and all this stuff, or not.
I repeat that. I repeat something.
Woo, sissy. Okay. So here's question number one. What? Okay, forget it. Okay. What was your favorite thing about being a kid?
Okay. My favorite thing, I would say, definitely my memories with my daddy. We have a lot of fun memories when it comes to music. Um, just being around the family, making jokes. The holidays definitely was the funnest times. And also my family, they're from Texas. So all the many times that we went back to Texas and had our fish fries and everything.
Oh,
Great times, great times.
so you like family. You're family oriented. You like your family. You love your family. And I know this about her, y'all. I just want y'all to hear it. Okay. So I know this answer too, I think, but I want to just see. Question number two, because I'm not supposed to say anything after you answer these, but I already did. Sorry. Question number two, quick three with J. Marie. What was your hardest moment in life to this day?
Definitely losing my dad. Overcoming those emotions and trying to continue to have faith through all of it. That definitely to this day has been a struggle, but I think I've gotten a lot better in the process. Yeah. Amen.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
daddy, daddies.
Yeah.
Sissy is making you proud. Okay, I can't say much because I'm supposed to keep going. And then we'll talk. Number 3, what is your favorite song and why? If you want to tell us why.
I have to pick one.
Well, for right now, do you want me to give you a genre or do you? Because she loves music a lot too. I'll
It's
give you the option of one R&B song and one hype song.
hype song, like a hip hop song,
Yes,
because I mostly listen to R&B, as you know.
right.
So I think my favorite R&B song. Let's see, I can't pick one.
Why? For right now.
I Belong to You by Rome.
I knew it. Why she just don't say Rome, I belong to you?
That's my favorite. And then, my hype song would be anything from YG. Of course.
I'm sorry, what? All this little classiness and you said anything from YG? I forgot it.
Say it loud.
And she just looked. Really? Anything from YG. So shout out to YG 400. I got my red on. No. Sissy does love YG. Straight. Oh my gosh. She does. Text messages. Anyhow, moving along. So, Sissy, there's so many things we get to talk about because we're talking about friendships today. And we already know that life in this point, woo-sa, okay? Just woo-sa. It's crazy. It's out of control. However, we're going to talk about friendships and let's discuss that and let's talk about why our friendship works so other people might be able to get tips or things that they can do to continue to be a great friend or a loving friend or a patient friend. Because when you talk about love, you know how the Bible says love is patient, love is kind, love does not keep track of who's right and wrong. I feel like that's the love that I have with this one because we have had our disagreements. With that being said, we're going to get straight into the convo.
Be honest today.
I want to talk about this because I want people to understand. We're talking about what about your friends? Like, when can you call on your friends? How often do you call on your friends? Why do you call on your friends? And how do you make your friendships last a lifetime? We've been friends for how long now?
10 years.
10 years. 10 years.
My 21st birthday.
Okay, girl, that was our 21st birthday, first of all. I'm going to need you not to be putting our age on the camera.
That's true. Oops.
I said, that was our 21st birthday. We both turned 21. No.
Good times. Good times.
Great times. Sissy, what's one reason that you're my friend? What do you think about me?
When I first met you, can I go back to that moment?
Go ahead.
Okay. So when I first met J. Marie, I remember before I even met her, everyone was talking about, oh, Jennifer this, Jennifer that, Jennifer this. And I'm like,
really? Was it bad?
No, it was good stuff. And I was like, who is this Jennifer person? And then when I met you, I saw how personable you were and you were the funny one. Everybody wanted to be near you. Our moment specifically was when there was something going on personally in my family, remember, and I came in and I was stressed. I came in to work late and you were the only one to ask me how I was doing.
Really?
Asked me how I was doing. We kept talking about everything and we started cracking jokes.
I remember separating hair.
We were.
I actually remember doing for sure.
You were like, come over here, because we weren't near anyone. You were separating hair from everybody else.
We worked for Extensions Plus, y'all. We were doing some basic stuff at the time, but go ahead.
But you were the only one, and we just kept going and talking. I don't know if it was that day or it was the next day, but I remember telling you, like, I don't know what else to call you but sissy. Like, you're
That's
my
right. And
and
ever since then, people are like, "Wait, what's her name?" Every time I say your name, because I call her Sissy so much that it doesn't even. I don't even say her real name, so it's just like, okay, they're like, "Wait, what's her name?" I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. Her name is Brittney, but you know, blah blah blah."
in the first month, like, you
And
were my
it's been intense. I was dealing with somebody at that time that Sissy did not approve of. But we were partiers at the in that day. So one of the reasons why I like and love you, Sissy, and appreciate you as my sister and my friend is number one, she is the exact opposite of me when it comes to our personalities and attitudes. She's sweet and all this stuff, right? But she's just not. This is how I always am, and she's like the yin and the what are we? What is this? Yin and yang, yin and yang. So yin and yang, singing. You know what it's called.
you know.
They got it. So because of that, we've always worked. Now, what I love the most is pre-Jesus days, even after sometimes. Okay, pre-Jesus days though. I'm not gonna tell you all my business, but this one, am I pointing the right way on the camera? This one has always been there when I was acting a plum fool. Okay, I'm talking about bad plum fool to the point where it's been many a nights where I didn't know where I got in my bed. Guess who was there? Ding ding ding. And I'm different now, but she saved me many a times. And she doesn't judge. That's another thing as a friend, like a real friend. I'm not talking about the people that y'all put on y'all pages, y'all friends. Because y'all say that word too loosely for me. But a friend, like somebody like her who Sissy, she know how I'm a little low-key thuggish, used to be worse, but I'm better now. And then she also know that I will pray a demon up off somebody. So in my heart, I love her because she's never seen the two, like she doesn't treat me, she treat me like God would treat me. Like, okay, I know what's in her, but you know, I know what's in her. You know what I mean? So I always love that about you and appreciated that about you as my friend. And I feel like everybody, if you are a true friend, you love them in the good and in the bad, the ugly and the good.
Because we've had them all.
Yeah. Let's talk about our first, like, I don't know if I remember the first one, but like when because we love hard, we have had disagreements. Don't ever get it twisted. I know that it doesn't seem right. Like, oh, you know, we're perfect friendships. No. There's been times where we stopped talking to each other. How do you, and I think you do this better than me. That's why I'm asking you this question. How do you pass when you are into it? Because she has other best friends that she's been friends with for life. And I just want to know, what is a good tip for people to get over it? That's the best way to say it. Like, how do you let the grudge go and go back to loving or being back friends or sisters with a person that has pissed you off?
I think us individually, we put too many expectations on people. Like, if you're upset about something and I may not agree with it, I can't expect you to react a certain way. I have to respect your opinion or your reaction. And like our dry spell when we weren't even speaking to each other, I think it was for a year, my feelings never changed because I knew you knew I was going through something personally and vice versa. And I think, especially if you're in a close relationship with anyone, you have to remember that person is just as human as you are.
Hey, she's speaking the truth. I'm not good at doing that. I'm not.
God gives you the discernment of who you're supposed to stand by, who you're not supposed to stand by. If you're constantly fighting for that friendship,
That's good.
that's a sign
Yep,
that
I agree.
so much effort into this.
I agree. I agree.
I'm not perfect, but I know what I bring. I know I love hard. So if you question that value of me, how dare you?
Yep, I agree with that. I totally agree with, and that's really good because the discernment part, knowing when to move and when not to move. I think, like you said, with us, no matter what kind of disagreement, if it was over the night, if it was months, if it was the year, it was just like you still never, no love lost, number one. Number two, it didn't feel like we weren't
It
like,
never like we weren't talking.
it never felt like lifetime friends or sisters were no longer going to be the case. That's something that I think people need to take in. What you just said is just like, know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Some people, and because some people will use you up, you know what I mean? Like, they'll use you up and just act like, oh, that's that friend that ain't really the friend, but like, oh, if you need something.
As long as you are useful to them, they're going to continue to claim you. But as soon as you kind of move in your own direction, you're the bad person. And I value friendships who love me.
Did you hear that?
Oh, what was it?
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. That was loud.
Let's see. I just said, as long as you can love somebody through the good and the bad. Because I know I'm not perfect and I know I appear to be sweet, but I also have a crazy side to me. And you have, I don't need you to do all that, but you have.
Thanks for those of you who are listening and not watching. Just know when she said she also has a crazy side. And hers usually pops up like, oh, it's like a Tourette thing. It's not like, you know how some people go from 0 to 100? Sissy can be talking just like she's talking right now. And I'm like, okay, well, where did that come from? Relax. You got to bring that back thing. Bring that thing back. Yes.
But you will let me know, like, okay, Sissy, you're a little bit overboard. And I mean, I like hearing that, but I know that you love me.
Only in love. Mona is making
always love.
Only in love. And that's the other thing is, like the Bible talks about chastening or correcting those that he loves. I feel like with friendships, in order for them to last a lifetime, you gotta be able to hear some hard stuff and accept it, and either you deal with it and change, or say okay and still deal with it, be whoever you want to be, but don't get pissed off at somebody because they told you what their opinion was when you trust them in any other aspect of your life.
Like, that's just maturing. That's part of growth.
Yeah.
As soon as you enter into adulthood, you should be able to take whatever critique that someone who genuinely loves you can give you. And you should be able to take it. And you may not fully agree with it, but there's going to be bits and pieces. If they keep saying it, they're saying it for a reason.
And so people in the back.
Self-reflection. And that's okay.
Yeah.
I just think we've had so many nights, whether there's drinks involved or not, but many conversations
talking about.
We were able to be vulnerable. On the table.
Vulnerability is another trait, Sissy. That's another tip. I mean, being vulnerable, and the stuff that she's saying to me, I just hear it in as far as relationships, romantic relationships go. Even this is why lifetime friends, lifetime relationships, marriages, these are very good things. I think what you're bringing up, because I think like a marriage is also reflective of a best friendhood or sisterhood that you have for life, because you constantly getting to know this person. You're constantly being a part of that person's life in all aspects, and you don't get to just jump out of it. You know what you can, but you're gonna lose a partner and you're gonna lose something. I think that you'll lose something that has been detrimental to your life, and there is gonna come a time where you wish you could go back and be like, oh my God, remember when? And right. Because nobody around you was there, and so it's just like, it's kind of sucky, but I think it reflects how a relationship is. Well, it's a relationship anyway, but it's like romantic relationships. It's good practice. And I always used to say, y'all, this was one of my lines. I think Sissy can tell you if I say half of it. If she was a man,
yes, you would marry someone like me if I was a man. Something like that.
She knows. And I didn't have to say all of it. I have said this forever, because I think that like, this is the kind of person, thank you, Lord, for the person I have, but I feel like this is the kind of person that I would need. That's like, accepting of me. Let her be foolish and crazy and loud. It's just like, and it's literally all it is. So that's why I say it's also like a relationship, because you usually find the person that's similar. I can pick her dude. Like, by the way, fellas,
be careful.
I'll get your stuff in order, though, you know, because I will beat you up. Ask her.
Serious.
Not afraid. Okay, I don't play with that one. But for real, like I feel like I can pick her dude and she would love whoever I picked, because I know that it's gonna be a person like me that she's gonna like the most. Am I wrong?
Outside of girl talk, we'll have our own girl talk.
No, they need to hear this.
No, they don't, because you try.
All the men are listening, sissy, and they like, oh shoot, she's single. What's up with it, boy?
Well, you sound like your brother.
They like, what's up, boy? She bad too. Dudes be out. What was the crazy moment that I helped you with when it came to a dude? Since we talk about men, how have I saved you as your sister?
How have you saved me?
Yes, tell them an example of anything that I've ever done to help you get out of a situation, whether it be in the club or at the. Go ahead.
Many times.
I know a good one too. Go ahead.
Please tell me, because
no, you go.
Many nights at the club, I don't really remember. But the last event we went to, it was a day party.
Let's talk about that ride home.
I don't really want to talk about it. It's hot.
No, let's tell them what. I want to get credit for being a super saver hoe. I mean, no, not calling you the hoe though, but you know how they say that term.
She knows when I'm not coherent. She knows when I'm just I'm passing on my number for no reason. And
you were doing that day. Oh my gosh. And we'll be mad as a mug.
Yes. And Sissy she's strong. She'll pull me out the way if she needs to, or she'll just be in my face like,
I'm like, no, you are not her type. Back up. So this is the thing, Sissy, you were doing that day. You was just like, hey. And then it's like, okay, if you get that phone call and find out them dudes that you was giving your time of day to, you gonna be mad.
All of them the next day. I was like, Sissy, what did I do?
See, this is why you have to have the strong wing. Oh, look at that muscle. The strong wingman, because they save your life when you're not all the way there. But there's been times where I've just been helpful, period. I'm a good. And one time, remember that time we was with Chris Brown? we was in there with Chris Brown at Kitchen 24. This is so not have nothing to do with how to keep your friendships lasting a lifetime. This is our personal story.
Been around him a couple of times.
No, when your friend messed it up. Oh, wait, she might see this.
We're not friends anymore.
Oh, good. So she messed it up. But that's why she ain't your friend no more, because she messed up our chances to get Chris. That's before I was.
She was drunk and she wanted to be known and seen, and we were trying to be cool, eat our food.
It was Chris Breezy, baby, when he was fine. Chris was bomb then, for real. Right. He was in Kitchen 24, which was our little actors. That was the Waffle House for the people in the South. That was like Waffle House equivalent after the club. Kitchen 24 was popping in Hollywood.
Yes. That or getting hot dogs in the corner. That was you.
We were in there. I'm going to tell this story because it pissed me off, y'all. We was in there. Chris was supposed to come home with me and Sissy. We were in there. We were in there. I'm just playing, kind of. We were in there. And Chris came up to the table. I was like, no, I wasn't. I was chilling. I was like,
because remember, I was telling him about the time I met him backstage at the concert. So he was listening. And then girl was like,
that's what happened.
Like, come give her a hug. And we both looked at him like, calm down.
Got up and did, right. And it was like everybody else was playing next door. Why you got to get up and act extra? So anyways, we had him over there for a couple of minutes. And then I didn't even know groupie like that, but Chris Brown.
It was different. But see, that's why we had a lot of nights where it was just us.
Oh, and that's another thing. We figured out how to only have fun by ourselves. There's this thing people feel like with friends, and this ties into the topic again. I don't know why y'all think y'all gotta have so many friends. And I guess it's just me, because the older I get, the more I love a lot of people, y'all. Don't get it confused. But the friend word, whoo, it's a weight to that word. TD Jakes had a really good word about this. He was like, a friendship, basically what he was saying is this a responsibility. He was like, you got to put some investment into a friendship. You can't just be halfway being somebody's friend. Like, oh, I've today I'm available and tomorrow I'm not. Like, if she called me right now and was like, I need you to come over here because of fill in the blank, or want to cry, or want to pray, or want to yell, or want to laugh, whatever it might be, if it was detrimental, guess who's going to get up and stop what they're doing? You got to do these types of things. It's like, how many times has this one, the most recent, in my back, huh?
Oh, me patting you on your back.
Oh, wow. Wow. No, let's not tell everybody that. I get gas, y'all. This is such a weird conversation.
You talking about, oh, you can call me whenever, if it's crying, whatever. But the time when my uncle was sick and I was on my way to London, and I mean, I think Uncle Bob, he had COVID, to be honest, because
now everybody realizing that's what was going on at that time.
That was just the craziest time, and that was just a few months ago. But I was literally leaving the hospital to get to my house to pack, and Jennifer was right there at the door. And I was late for my flight, almost missed it, but she sat there and she cried with me.
And this is Uncle Bobby, which is Sissy's daddy's brother. So this is why it's like he's like her daddy left right now. You know what I mean? So it was a big deal. And I know how much you love you some Uncle Bobby. I love Uncle Bobby too though. Uncle Bobby ain't no punk either.
No.
He ain't no punk, and he fought through that thing, boy. And that's what it's about. It's about being there. And I'll bring up another time, like that's a big deal about lifetime friends. It's like there is no limit to when you are available, or from sleeping on the couches to just doing anything you need to do to be available. I had a scare at the hospital right before COVID shut down. And it was because I had very bad inflammation in my rib area, kidney area, whatever. And so they couldn't tell what was going on. They thought it was a blood clot. It was a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Long story short, it was a very expensive trip to the hospital. And I didn't want to go, but I had to. But I was cool. But what was amazing, first of all, y'all get on my nerves, but like all of these people show up she was there first. She beat me to the hospital. When I told her that I had to go to the emergency room, because they told me I had to go to the emergency room and get a CAT scan or CT scan, and I'm like, what? And Sissy beat me to the hospital. I was like, how come she's already here in park?
I was like, I'll see you guys tomorrow. My best friend is going to the hospital. I don't care. I know, because the thing is, I had put myself
and put her in the door and cut my braids out. We was cutting my braids out while we was waiting.
Cut my braids out.
And no, those were your braids.
Yes.
Yeah, those were your braids.
Coming over, loving it. We were there entertaining.
It was crazy though, because it was some crazy folks in there that day. It was some chick that was like, "You're trying to rape me." It was insane, and they was in there with me, head first, feet last. Her and Isadora, and it was. I can't believe she beat me there though. That's what cracks me up the most. I'm like, wait, why is she here first? I just found out I was supposed to be here. So anyhow,
years ago, you were all the way in Thousand Oaks.
Yeah, I know when I was in Thousand Oaks. What happened?
I
worked out there.
Your car was years ago.
My car was old when I was driving to Thousand Oaks too. That car was just a struggle. So if I made it wherever I was going.
And I had just got home from work, and you told me that you were waiting. I don't know who you were waiting for, and I left. And I met you out there.
My car broke down?
You just forgot to put gas in your car. And you weren't near a gas station.
It's something like that. Because that car broke down on me so many times when I worked at Thousand Oaks.
But I'm just saying those are the type of things like.
That's what you got to be ready for as a friend, a sister, brother. That's why they said in this word, it is, they're closer than your brothers and your sisters. She know more about me than my own brothers and sisters. My brothers, I don't have no sisters. They do, like always, consistently, and it never gets old. That's the other beautiful thing about lifetime friendships. They never get old. We get older,
Yeah.
better, but it never gets old. And so it's just a beautiful thing to have a sisterhood, or in our case, a sisterhood and brotherhoods. And just y'all, just little sissy, give them one or two things just to close us up, because we've already talked too much and I didn't even realize we were talking too much. It just go by too fast. But anyhow, give them one or two tips of just how you've kept Geneva in your life, Michael in your life, because you have other friends that are your best friends. Michael Walker, we put his whole name out there. I was trying not to do that, but tell them what you've done or what you would recommend to either mend a relationship or continue to keep the beautiful friendships that they already have.
I take accountability, and I know, like Geneva, she tells me I'm sensitive or I'm dramatic, but I hate to not be there for someone. And so if someone tells me that they were going through something and I wasn't there, I just always want to make sure I do my part, because growing up I had moments, and it could have been just in my head, but I felt like I didn't have anyone, especially when my dad passed away. But I had my sister, but I value that so much in my relationships. To take accountability and to accept your flaws and your loved one's flaws. Because I'm really not, I mean, Jennifer will hype me up, but I'm not perfect at all. And
I promise, I think she's close to it. That's why whoever it is.
sometimes, but I just show my appreciation, however, just give people their flowers while they're here on earth.
Say that one more time. Give people their flowers while they. That's the way to close the show. I ain't adding nothing else to it. She gave y'all buku stuff. I think are just hearing us talk. Just love on your friends, man. Be there for them. Treat them like they are your brother or your sister. Because family will fight till tooth and nail and still come together. So, family, you talk bad about your family, but you still show up together and love on each other. And anybody can catch the fade behind your family. So with that being said,
That is it.
any problems that you having and you're supposed to be in a relationship with or friendship / relationship, with that person, you got to dig deep. You got to figure out how to fix it. You got to forgive. You got to forget. And I'm talking about the people that don't give you any hesitation that they are supposed to be in your life. I'm going to tell you right now, some of them, I'll some deuces. I'll chunk 2 sets of deuces. I don't care. But you gotta remember, when the ones that you're supposed to be with are funking with you, fix it. Fix the funk. Fix the funk.
To fix it, because you're supposed to be able to communicate with that person. If you feel like
communication,
you can't communicate, then it's too hard.
You're in a world of trouble if you can't communicate. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you right now, sissy. I know you don't really want to give your information out. Her page is private. I'm gonna put her info on there anyway. Any cute guys that are single, real single, and they love the Lord, make sure you holler at us. We're looking for you. I am for her. So with that being said, y'all, thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode. I appreciate you girls so much. You kings and you queens. Sissy, I love you. You know this already. We're going to clap it up one more time for my sister. It's been a beautiful, beautiful episode. So fun, so smooth, because that's my boo. Now, stay tuned for the next episode, y'all. Make sure that you give us any questions, comments, concerns, any likes, anything that you want to hear us talk about. Holla at your girl. You know what I mean? And remember this. We all are still here. You can hear my voice. You have an opportunity to create your own happy ending. So get to work. Oh, let's do it. Do it, do it.